key in dealing with, talking with developers for for Block 36. I have represented the community not only locally, but regionally. I am the delegate to the LA County Division of the League of California Cities. I represent you on issues outside of Azusa and take a broader approach to recognizing that Azusa's interests don't stop at Barranca and Irwindale. We need to partner up with our neighboring communities, such as Duarte and Monrovia, and as far down as Claremont and so forth. Part of the projects that we're trying to get completed in Azusa are the Gold Line. We have Keith Hanks as fortunately we have Keith Hanks as our council member who represents us on the Gold Line Authority. He is working diligently with the powers that be to make sure that the extension comes forth. I represent you monthly, and tomorrow night I will be meeting with city mayors and council members from all 88 cities here in LA County, and we talk about regional issues. We do talk about air quality. We talk about transportation issues. We talk about the housing issues. We've heard about the high density. We heard about that today. You know, there's an issue with more housing in Azusa. It's a Southern California issue. We need more housing because that's how many people are coming to this community. That's how many people are coming to the region. Unfortunately, there are some added impacts, and we're working to mediate those problems. So I've represented the community not only locally but regionally, and I've worked with the developers to make sure that the projects that are coming to fruition, i.e. Foothill Shopping Center and Block 36, are compatible with the community. Thank you.
I believe the question is, what have you done for the community of Azusa, not what in other cities that are around us. We want to know, what projects have you done for our community, for our kids, for our seniors? What have you done? Let's go back. 2005, I ran for election and I lost. Since that time, I immediately announced that I was going to run again. And Mayor Chagnon, Angel, you've seen the work that I've done. Constantly donating to the Helping Hand. Constantly donating to both the Azusa American Little League, Azusa National Little League, the Azusa Raiders, which I am now the president of. Helping with the senior citizens or wine tasting every 2 years. I'm a proud sponsor, and I'm going to continue to do that. From concept of my casino night, which all the money, 100% of the proceeds went back into the kids' programs. Not one dime was kept. And a lot of you were there, and I appreciate you for showing up. And I'm going to do it again this year. So I appreciate the things that I have done. I appreciate you for supporting the things that I've done, and I'm going to continue to do those for our community. Thank you.
I'll just be brief. It's not, that type of question shouldn't be directed at one individual per se. It should be a collective issue. These projects that were mentioned have come to fruition or are coming to fruition only because everybody here and everybody at home here in the town has had some part in this. They made it known that they wanted this. They went to the community meetings. This is a collective effort. It's not because of one individual person. So let it be known that it's a community-driven city, that this is a city of families, and everybody as a whole should have a say, so not just one individual person in all of these projects.
During campaigns, we all have to file statements with the FDBC or with your city clerk as to how much money you have brought in for your campaign and how much you're spending. Given that, then obviously what you would be saying can be backed up by your different written filings. But just for the audience here, if all of you could go ahead and to the best of your knowledge right now, tell us how much you have received from your, it would be from Vulcan for your campaign, Athens, Onyx Environmental, and out-of-town businesses.